Hello, you beautiful people out there. This is Dr. Vineeta once again in order to give you an amazing training, especially today in regards to something amazing, which is, are you still giving 12 hours of shift while someone else runs the agency? And if you are the person, this training is specifically crafted for you because this is exactly what requires you to have the necessary changes. So let me quickly, just check in whether I'm streaming okay, whether I can hear myself okay, till the time people join in. So just give me a moment, please. Just check in. Give me a moment there. Yeah, perfect. I see that I am streaming in live, and give me a moment whether I can just check in order to see whether I can, if my mics are okay. For people who are watching me live, I would really appreciate if you comment down #live, or if you are watching me on a replay, I would really appreciate if you basically just tag in #replay. Just give me a moment there. Okay, yes, I can see myself. Okay, perfect. Yes. So basically, for those who do not know me, my name is Dr. Vineeta Pillai. I am a doctor by profession and a certified psychologist as well. Have been into business since almost 5 years now, wherein we have successfully assisted 790 plus staffing agencies establish their presence nationwide. Yes, you heard that right. It is basically 790 plus staffing agencies. So really excited for today's live because this topic is really crucial. And I keep on getting a lot of inquiries, especially I see that nurses have been working for somebody else, and all the profit percentage, the margins is being taken by your employer. Right. So I wanted to firstly introduce, I would really appreciate to tell me if you're watching me live and where you are watching me from. Which state are you watching me from? Are you already have a staffing agency, or are you planning to launch one? That really will be giving me a complete details of my audience. So just give me a quick minute out there before we stream and deep dive, because I want my people to join me live, especially make the most out of it, because honestly, this is the exact time where you actually can ask me questions, and I would really, really love to get those questions answered for you. So just allow me a minute there. And yes, I'll just allow people to join me live. Perfect. Okay. Great. Yeah. Okay. So the topic for today is, are you still giving the 12-hour shifts while someone else runs the agency? And here's what you require for to change, right? So let me ask you something real quick. Are you still working those 12-hour shifts, running around, doing everything for your patients? While someone else, maybe that's your agency employer who's cashing in on your time, your license, and your sacrifice. Yes, you heard that right. It is the complete ownership of your agency employer who's cashing in your efforts, your degree that you have, your time, and that's exactly who is benefiting and reaping the profits for you, right? If that's hit the nerve, you're not alone. And today I want to talk to you about why this needs to change and how you actually can get that change. So here's what no one is telling you. Most registered nurses, whether it's an RN, LPN, CNA, travel nurse, or whether it's a doctor as well, aren't just being burnt out because of long hours. They're burning out because deep down they know that they are capable of more. And I can give give it to you in writing, that's not just with you. It's 99% of my clients who internally know that they are definitely capable of something more, capable of not just working for someone else, but doing something big, right? You see others who started their staffing agencies and now they are traveling, they are hiring recruiters, they are doing the same work. But the only difference over here is that they are the boss. You heard that right. They are the boss. While you are still asking for PTO, you are still sacrificing those holidays, you are still praying your doubles doesn't get cancelled. Am I right? If you agree to me, I would really, really appreciate if you just comment below if you do agree to exactly what I do say, because honestly, psychologically, I have seen this biggest emotional shift out there. Because honestly, no matter even if you are working for those 12 hours or those long shifts, you still are at the end of the day sacrificing everything and making someone else rich, right? And even though you've thought about starting something of your own, maybe start your home care agency, start your own staffing agency, you don't. You just stop there because I know. Why do you do that? Because you're convincing yourself, I don't know how to start a staffing agency. I don't want to show my face online. I don't have time for all this. And maybe you might be thinking it is too risky, right? These are the four strategic psychological developments which has been seen as per the data proven and tested in nurses working for someone else's staffing agency, always feel scared of starting something of their own. Because these are the four main primary factors out there. They think, I don't know how to start one. That's the biggest thing out there. I don't know, how do I do that? I don't have time because I'm already stuck in 12 hours long shifts. I'm working on weekends. I'm traveling, right? It's too risky, maybe. And the biggest thing out there is I don't want to show my face. Honestly, whatever the reason is, it's not just you. 99% of my clients do not want to show their face out there. Maybe it is the family, it's the friends, it's people who might be dragging them down. People don't want to basically see what they're doing, whatever the reason is. But these are the biggest psychological elements seen in a nurse who is actually working for someone else. And this is what actually requires a huge shift out there. But let's call it what it is. You've just never seen a system that was built only for you, right? I don't think you might have come across any system that actually is built only for you and can cover all the psychological elements that you currently do have in order to get started until now, right? You have the clinical experience. You've already helped agencies grow just by maybe a consultation, whether it's your friend, whether it's your family. You already have the expertise in you. This clearly indicates you are smart, you are licensed, and you are qualified as well, right? You already have the dynamics which requires in order to get started. The problem isn't you. The problem is the model that you have been sold to till date. What do I mean by model? There are so many things which comes across online. People are scared, people are anxious, people are confused. People think you have to have an office to start a staffing agency. You need to have a physical presence in order to start a staffing agency. You need to be out there in order to start a business. You need to be consistent. You need to show your face. And today I'm going to answer all your questions. I'm going to give you 100% clarity on what business model you actually were being sold till date, right? Because you were taught to trade hours for money, to stay in your own lane and to work more shifts for extra cash, right? I hope you agree. If that aligns to me, I would really appreciate for those who's watching me live to drop in your comments and explain it if it aligns to you. I'm actually giving in the exact experience of my clients, which is unfortunately the truth, right? The honest truth and the brutal truth over here is you don't need more shifts. You need a shift in you and in your strategy. I repeat myself. You don't need the actual shifts. You need a shift in your mindset. You need a shift in your strategy. Because if you're waiting for the perfect moment, that moment where you are free, where you are confident and have money saved, it won't ever come. I hope you can hear me clearly. If you're waiting for the perfect moment where you basically will be free by working for someone else, you will be confident, you'll have a lot of money saved out there so that you can enjoy what you do, unfortunately, it won't come because you don't escape the 12-hour grind by working harder, right? You escape it by owning the system. And you can do it without showing your face, without quitting your current job, or even without begging your contracts. I repeat myself, please hear this clearly. You, all you require is not the 12-hour grind, okay? You have to escape this by owning a system, right? You can do it without showing your face, without quitting your job, or without begging for contracts, right? So I would love to introduce you to a concept today that was going to be changing the game for all the nurses, people who are basically working for someone else, doctors, no matter whoever you are, it's going to completely change the game for you in the staffing industry, in the staffing market. It is called as a faceless staffing agency model. It's called as the faceless staffing agency model. Here's what that means. Number one, you don't have to show up on social media or become the face of your brand. Number two, you don't need to cold call or beg for hospital or contracts anymore. And number three, you don't even need to hire a big exclusive team to start with, right? I repeat myself. This is the model of a faceless staffing agency where number one, you don't have to show up on social media or become the face of the brand. Number two, you don't need to cold call or beg hospitals for contracts. And number three, you don't even need to hire a big team at the start. This model exclusively is built with the power of artificial intelligence. As you know, it's 2025, almost 6 months are down. And with the power of AI powered automation handles the client outreach for you. The resumes and the recruiter tools will be provided to you. And it's a complete done for you system that allow you to run the agency in the background. All you need is number one, your license, number two, a willingness to lead a business, and only 1 to 2 hours per day. That's it. Only three things required. Number one, you have to have a license. Number two, a willingness to lead. License means not a staffing agency license. License means a degree, a registered nurse, no matter what designation you're currently at, you have to hold a license. Number two, a willingness to lead. And number three, 1 to 2 hours per day. Yes, while you're still working. That's it. I repeat myself. You don't have to quit your current job. There's a strategy to quit your job, right? These are the only three things that you require to have a system, a well-oiled machine, which will bring in those consistent contracts that you have been dreaming for. Now, I know that you might be thinking, what if I fail? What if I waste my money? What if I'm not cut out for business, right? So basically, the three most logical questions that might be coming up in your mind at this point of time would be, what if I fail? That's number one. What if I waste all my money? Number two. And number three is, what if I'm not cut out for business, right? So let me flip that for you right away. Number one question from my end to you would be, What does your life look like 6 months from now? Just, close your eyes. These are few psychological questions which I want you to answer yourself. You don't have to explain anyone. You don't have to write it down to anything. Just close your eyes and ask this question to yourself. What does your life look like 6 months from now? Number two, are you still working nights? Are you still working weekends? Are you still working on holidays for someone else? For someone else who actually is your employer or who actually owns that agency? Number three, are you still watching other nurses build wealth while you are still stuck there? I repeat these three very crucial questions. Ask these three questions for yourself. What does your life look like 6 months from now? Number two, are you still working nights? Are you still working on weekends? Are you still working on holidays for someone else? And number three, are you still watching other nurses build that wealth while you are still staying stuck out there? To be honest, if you ask me, the biggest risk isn't starting your agency. The biggest risk is doing nothing. I repeat myself, from experience, from having the degree, from doing everything what it takes for establishing a seven-figure business online today, consistently being there is what is the biggest risk for you? It's not starting your agency. The biggest risk is doing nothing. It's basically not taking the opportunity which you already have. Because here's what most people don't realize. Every month you delay this, you're giving away the income, you're giving away the impact, and you're also giving away the independence you could have by having your own business as a well equipped and oiled machine doing everything for you, right? Honestly, I've helped dozens of nurses just like you launch their agency using this exact method. Some were introverts, some were scared, some didn't even believe they could do it, right? Not every individual is the same. Being a doctor, I absolutely understand personality. So most of my clients were introverts, they were scared. Not everyone were bold and confident out there. Some didn't even believe they could do it. But when you follow a proven plan, when you follow a tested plan, when you get help for someone who's been there, the game changes. Everything changes, right? You start with one contract, then two, and then your agency runs even when you're not on the floor. I repeat myself. You start with one contract, then two, then your agency runs even when you're not on the floor. And that's what I want for you. And that's exactly what I want for each and everyone out there. And that's exactly what we do inside my starter agency program. So here's what I want you to do. If you're really tired of being the backbone of someone else's agency, and if you're ready to start building something that's actually your dream, this is your moment. I repeat myself, this is your moment. I'm going to drop in my appointment link in the comments right below this video. All you need to do is just click that button there. It's a free 30-minute strategic call, which is going to be impactful. It is absolutely free. Even if you don't want to start an agency, make the most out of it because you have those 30 minutes to pick my mind. You can get all your questions answered out there. Right, because on that call, what I'm going to do is I'm going to personally break down the strategies of building a faceless staffing agency model. I'm going to show you how to get contracts without cold call. What are the strategies? And I'm also going to map out your first 30-day launch plan. You heard that right. Within 30 days, you have the power of owning a well-oiled machine, which is a staffing agency. Only 30 working days. It doesn't take decades. With zero pressure, with zero fluff, just real support, real clarity, and real strategy, right? So let's stop building someone else's dream. It's time to build yours, right? Why are you even building someone else's dream, to be honest? When you have the power, when you have the dynamics, when you already hold the expertise, all you need is just the little support, the proven system, which are tested, and for a guidance from someone who's actually done that and been doing that, right? So, what I'm going to do for you is, this is not for everyone. I repeat myself, this is not for everyone. I've built this system for people who actually want to be serious, who actually want to tap into the level of entrepreneurship. It's not for everyone, right? So I'm going to drop in my link, which can help you to just schedule a 30-minute strategic call with me. We're going to go through amazing details on the call. I'm going to show you the complete strategy of building what a faceless staffing agency business model is, and the strategies of bringing in candidates along with contracts. The beauty about it is it's completely backed up with AI. So you don't have to leave your current job, right? So that's the best thing about it. So I would really appreciate if you drop into your comments what you actually do. Have any questions for me? I would love to get them answered for you. My DMs are always open for you as well in order to get started. And let's create that wealth, let's create that legacy together, right? And just let's get these things changed. I am there, and I will always be there to support you no matter what assistance you require. So make the most out of it. So that was it from my end. I would really, really would love to see calls, being booked. I would love to have a word with you. I would love to have a conversation with you, and let's figure out how we can get that thing mapped out for you. So that was it from my end, and I'm going to see you soon. Yeah. Okay. So bye for now.